Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Let's talk about how to use the IDEANCE process, contribution IDEANCE process. Step 4, action to supersize and grow your business. Step 4 is all about choosing among the alternatives and the options we brainstormed yesterday. And of course, yes, I did do that for the area of contribution that I want to work on. And I then selected and circled last night, after just writing them down throughout the day, the 3 that I wanted to look at more deeply, analyze, and choose one among them to take action on today. Why? Because the sooner we reinforce our decision by taking action, the more likely we are to see results and be committed to taking the action and doing what it takes to fill that gap between where we are and where we want to be, especially in areas like contribution, where you don't have to contribute to the outside world or interact with your community, but it sure helps, and it's a huge competitive advantage, and it attracts like-minded people to you, people that are interested in the same things you are, that care about the same things you and your organization do, will be attracted to. And when it comes time to do business or need your products or services, you will be top of mind for them. So today I'm going to share a decision-making tool and an alternative analysis tool called the 3 E's. It's the 3 E tools because each of the steps start with the letter E, or each of the criteria that we're going to analyze the alternatives with start with the letter E. So the first question we ask ourselves, and what I like to do, you don't have to do this, but I like to take the subjective things that are in our life, and like I share the head, heart, and intuition tool, the urine analysis tool, nominal group technique, and other ways of deciding that are more complicated, and the plus and minus or pros and cons technique. But I like to use different tools so that I have a whole bunch of things in my toolbox when it comes time to make a decision or a choice about something. And I like to make it a little more objective by adding values, numeric values to each of these 3 criteria, or how many ever criteria I'm looking at. Some things I look at 5, sometimes I look at 4, sometimes I look at 3. This model happens to have 3, and the 3 are effective, effort level, and emotional readiness. So I like it because it's a lot like head, heart, intuition. It covers everything. And it, of course, is subjective. Do I think this alternative is going to be more effective than that? Whichever alternative I think is going to be the most effective, I'll give the highest number to. So if I'm looking at 3 options, I'll give it a 3. For effort level, I actually do the opposite. How much time, energy, resources is it going to take for me to do this particular alternative or this option? If it is the most time and energy and resources, I'm going to give that the lower number. And then for emotional readiness, again, very subjective thing. Am I ready? Are we ready as an organization to take action on this particular option? And again, the one that we're most ready to do, if we can jump in and do it right now today and start taking action on it, that's going to get my 3 weight. And then what I do is I add up the 3 alternatives, and whatever has the highest score, that's the thing we're going to act on today. If it's something I'm just doing in the organization, I can go ahead and take action today. If it requires other people, I'm going to pull them together, and we're going to do something today to move forward in this area of contribution for our organization. Maybe it's just we need to decide to contribute to and make a conscious choice that we are going to create a program for volunteering, or create a program for incorporating the causes that we care about into our business. And again, we've talked about it, picking and choosing causes wisely. Make sure they're in alignment with your values as an organization. Make sure they aren't short-term, and I'm going to say political, because I don't think we should have political things involved in our contribution programs for our businesses. I think that it can always go one way or the other, but it more often than not, when the winds of time change, and they always do, when politics and opinions change, then you alienate a whole bunch of your customers and people that you're here to serve. So that's my caution with that. And again, take it with a grain of salt. It's your business. Run it the way you want. But based on my 5 decades of experience in different businesses and different industries, I can honestly say it usually doesn't turn out well in the long run. Depending if you pick a political cause, or if you side with anything that's evil, right? I'm just going to say it. If you're not in the world to make the world a better place, what are you here for, right? That's just, again, my humble opinion. If I can help you in any way with this step, with analyzing your alternatives and deciding how you're going to start filling the gap between where you are and where you want to be with action today, based on the options that we brainstormed yesterday, just ask. That's all you have to do. I've literally done this tens of thousands of times. Have a great day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.